Donald Trump want to have a war with Chicago? The fact that we have to have this conversation that Donald Trump is threatening Chicago, he's threatening America. MAGA and you Republicans and you corporate Democrats, grow a spine.
Mr. President, do not come to Chicago. As I've said many times in the past, members of the National Guard are not trained to serve as law enforcement. They are trained for the battlefield, and they're good at it. They're not trained to arrest people and read them their Miranda rights. They did not sign up for the National Guard to fight crime. And when we call them into service, we are reaching into local communities and taking people who have jobs and families away from their neighborhoods and the people who rely upon them. It is insulting to their integrity and to the extraordinary sacrifices that they make to serve in the Guard, to use them as a political prop. If Donald Trump was actually serious about fighting crime in cities like Chicago, he, along with his congressional Republicans, would not be cutting over $800 million in public safety and crime prevention grants nationally, including cutting $158 million in funding to Illinois for violence prevention programs that deploy trained outreach workers to de-escalate conflict on our streets. Cutting $71 million in law enforcement grants to Illinois, direct money for police departments through programs like Project Safe Neighborhoods, the state and local anti-terrorism training program, and the Rural Violent Crime Reduction Initiative. Cutting $137 million in child protection measures in Illinois that protect our kids against abuse and neglect. Trump is defunding the police.
As the mayor of this city, I can tell you that Chicagoans are not calling for a military occupation. They are calling for the same thing that we've been calling for some time, and that's investment. What safe cities across America all have in common, they invest in people, and that's what we're doing in Chicago. We need the federal resources to make sure that we're building more affordable housing, expanding mental and behavioral health care, education, all of these things that could reduce crime and provide real community safety. Instead of spending hundreds of millions of dollars for a publicity stunt to invoke chaos and terror, the federal government should spend that money on proven solutions to crime and violence reduction.
Donald Trump just declared war on fucking Chicago. Take a look. There it is. The sitting fucking U.S. president just said Chicago's about to find out why they call it the Department of War. If you're in Chicago, we are protesting at Ida B. Wells and Michigan Avenue at 5 p.m. Until then, I'm going to drink an espresso martini and fuck this fucking dictator. Fuck Donald Trump. Fuck ICE. We ride at dawn, baby.
That's fake news. When you say that, darling, that's fake news.
Well, why would you use the Department of Defense?
Listen, be quiet. Listen. You don't listen. You never listen. That's why you're second rate. We're not going to war. We're going to clean up our cities. We're going to clean them up so they don't kill 5 people every weekend. That's not war. That's common sense. Excuse me. Do you know how many people were killed in Chicago last weekend? 8. You know how many people were killed in Chicago the week before? 7. You know how many people were wounded? 74 people were wounded. You think there's worse than that? I don't think so.
I'm sorry, guys. The last clip I played just Donald Trump was telling the lady that, listen, you don't listen. And that's the problem with media, let's be honest. The media people don't listen because they will just hear one small thing and run with it. But anyways, Chicago is sending message. White people are sending message to Donald Trump that do not come. We don't need you. What we need is for you to fix America. We don't need you to come here in Chicago to come and be doing whatsoever you think that you're going to do. And I wonder why they are still always calling this man a dictator. Is Donald Trump really a dictator? Let's just be honest. He's just trying to clean up the street of Chicago. Can you hear what he said in the last clip? We are just going to do a cleanup, not a war. A president cannot declare war in his own country. It is not possible. The earlier you guys realize this, the better for you. And that man is not a dictator. That man is actually doing what he said he would do. And anyways, a lot of people have opinions to say, and I'm going to be rolling out those clips for you guys. But first, let me know in the comment section, do you think Donald is a dictator? I really do want to know, because for me, I do not think he is. But a lot of people have started calling him dictator, blah, 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 stuff like that. Let me know. But Chicago are not actually finding it funny. And the protests, they have started, right? Let's go ahead. Let me roll out the other clips I have for you guys so that you can also hear what people are actually saying and the message they're actually passing to him. Then I'll be back with commentaries. Don't forget that credit belongs to the original creators of every clips we use in our today's episode. And guys, this video is just for educational purpose. I stand a chance to be corrected where you think I'm wrong. With that being said, let's continue and I'll be back with commentaries.
If you live in Chicago, or any blue city for that matter, get ready, because Donald Trump just declared war on Chicago, and I'm not exaggerating when I say that. Earlier today on Truth Social, Donald Trump posted another AI image of himself saying, "I love the smell of deportations in the morning. Chicago is about to find out why it's called the Department of War," referencing the Department of Defense, which he changed the name now. I mean, this is a declaration of war against the city of Chicago. I mean, like, that's what he's saying, right? He's posting an AI image of himself with military helicopters flying in Chicago. He's calling it the Shipocalypse now, which it really just doesn't get more cheesy than that. And he's also saying that he's going to use the government agency, which is tasked with defending the United States in times of war, against an American city. He's further deploying the military against American cities. I hope that regardless of the political side you find yourself on, we can all agree that using the Department of Defense against American cities is wrong. You'd hope that we can agree on that, but I imagine that MAGA is going to find some way to defend this.
Tell me this post isn't treason. A president posting something like this has treason all over it. And I'm confused. Is this war on your own country? Yeah, it definitely reads this is war towards the American citizens. And as we're going to keep on saying, all you had to do was listen to Kamala. Kamala told us that all this stuff was going to happen. And here we go. It is all unfolding right in front of us. And if y'all can't see that this is treason, I don't know what y'all seeing, because this man is threatening his own country.
Well, breaking fuck the news, Donald Trump makes a post on Truth Social that Chicago is about to experience the Department of War. I love the smell of deportations in the morning. Chicago about to find out why it's called the Department of War. This is from Donald Trump's Truth Social, where it says Shipocalypse now, with a Confederate fucking...
Beginning tonight at 2 a.m., Chicago is going to see the largest military presence in the entire history of Chicago. Beginning tonight at 2 a.m., the critters will be crawling their way through Little Village, and they will be wreaking havoc door to door, dragging people out of their homes and placing them into custody to get them ready for processing and deportation. So I'm letting the public know right now. Prepare. Get ready for a civilian showdown. I'm done calling it a music festival. This is a civilian showdown. We all need to participate in protecting and defending the lives of innocent people. This is what I have been working so hard to protect and prepare people for. Unfortunately, we are at a point now where the time has come to do everything in our power, and this is the steps we have to take. If you have kids, please get them out of Little Village. If you have pets, please get them out of Little Village and all the surrounding areas and neighborhoods within Little Village. Humboldt Park, you are at risk. Little Village, you are at risk. Boys Town, you are at risk. Internal Services and all of my intelligence is asking you to prepare for a civil showdown, because what is happening now is a complete overreach of the United States government. The critters have already began mobilizing in Chicago, and they've been doing this for quite some time now. If you see a drone, you are asked to destroy it. Plain and simple. Destroy it. And if you are met with deadly force, I'm telling you right now, do everything in your power to protect your life. And don't take it for granted. Take your phone. Make sure your phone is fully charged before you get out of your house. Take more than one person with you. If you plan to go outside and leave your home to run errands, go in groups. Go in large groups. Large groups. Bring more than one person with you. Do not go out of your house by yourself. And if you are a street vendor in Little Village, you are being asked to remain in your home. Don't go to public parks. I love you all. Stay safe out there.
So we're right in front of the White House. You can't see it from where I'm standing, but right there is a tent. I mean, we've all walked by it 1,000 fucking times. It's been there since 1981. And the message is no war, peace. It's a peace vigil. And the no war president who ran on I've never started wars has just ordered that this peace vigil be torn down after, I don't know, 30 fucking years.
44 years.
44, thank you. And these pigs right here, so these pigs are keeping us out of the park. It's roped off. This is normally a park you have access to, but in order to protect the tyrant behavior that's happening here, they've roped the park off. So this is Lafayette Park right in front of the White House, 16 and H. They're tearing down a peace vigil that's been here since 1981. Cops won't even let us in the park to film it happening because, you know, if you have cameras, you can expose the ways of a tyrant mad king. So somebody needs to tell the emperor that he's not in fact wearing clothes. Is it normal for the park to be closed right now?
We have an event going on, so yes.
What's going on?
We have an event at the White House, so it's closed off for that.
What's the event?
A congressional picnic.
A congressional picnic.
You ended the longest running U.S. protest for a fucking picnic.
8:30 at night.
Congressional picnic is why the longest running protest in American history has been dismantled.
Is the tent gonna remain there?
Just be honest, when are y'all going to switch to brown shirts? I'm just curious. It might as well happen.
Yesterday, Donald Trump made a hard right onto the fascism freeway, announcing that he will deploy National Guard troops to Chicago. Our brave... Yes, boo. Our brave soldiers are not supposed to be wandering around American cities. The Marines' fight song isn't "From the halls of Montezuma, let's go eat Italian beef." That is not the mission. Trump made the announcement during an Oval Office event yesterday where he added insult to invasion.
Chicago is a hellhole right now.
How dare you, sir? Chicago is not a hellhole right now. Chicago is not a hellhole until February. Then it is a sub-zero windswept vista of frozen Lake Michigan, trudging out of your very affordable apartment to meet your improv friends at Twin Anchors for craft beer and a double cheeseburger. Hellhole. Hellhole. Yesterday, Trump also posted, "Chicago is the worst and most dangerous city in the world by far." Worst and most dangerous? 2 words. You.
There were a lot of folks talking yesterday in like longer think pieces and articles, as well as some TikToks about how this change to the Department of War was not just about foreign policy, but about domestic policy. And I talked about this just a little bit yesterday in my video about this, but I didn't really get into it in great detail. But this is exactly what we mean. This change to the Department of War is not exclusively about our interactions with foreign adversaries or even our allies. Right? This is about becoming a wartime state, becoming a wartime country, becoming a wartime president for Donald Trump, for being in a state of war and mobilization for war and using the mechanisms of war both at home and abroad. There's nothing good comes of this. And even using language like you're declaring war on a city within your own country. I mean, most Americans at this point have taken it as a given that we are headed towards some sort of a civil war. This is how you get there. And this is the President of the United States using that language in talking about a city in the United States. This is like, people just talk about his bluster all the time, you know, and like, don't take the things that he says very seriously. Really gotta stop doing that, because this is a president pretty openly declaring some level of military conflict and war with an American city. I don't know how else you take this, but if you're sitting around waiting for tanks in the streets, well, here you are. There it is. Now what?
Welcome back, guys. You guys have seen all of those clips that I have for you guys, and let's just be honest. Do you think that that is actually a war he's declaring? Because if you check the post, for me, right, he is talking about deportation and so on and so forth. So I don't know why a lot of people are actually saying that he actually declared war. But anyways, let's go to some comment section. Let's see what a lot of people actually have to say so that we can come to a conclusion. But let's be honest before we go to the comment section. The write-up that the president actually did is wrong, right? A president of a country should not just go ahead and put up that kind of post, because it triggers a whole lot of people. The fact that we are having the conversation is even making it more pissed off, right? Anyways, let's check out some comments. Patricia said, he is saving America. Exactly. He is saving them. That is what Magas wants, and he's saving them. Rick said, this is what we voted for. Trump 2028, baby. Exactly. Running with the Horn said, threatening to stop crime, the horror. Another person said he is threatening criminals. Exactly. Another person said, not threatening Chicago, promise saving them. He promised to save them, so I don't know why Chicago are so furious. Chicago, please, if you're here, drop in the comment section. Chris said, maybe you haven't heard about the mandates. Exactly. Corna said, threatening Chicago with safe streets, how dare he? So if Chicago has a safe street, why is he threatening Chicago? That is a lot of questions that a lot of us are asking that we're not even getting answer to. And that person said, was that the threat? You see, that's what I keep saying. For me, I don't see it as a threat, right? I'm seeing it as the president trying to deliver what he actually promised to deliver. But a lot of people are not seeing it that way. And that person said, Chicago does not represent American value. That is to say, these kind of persons have actually stayed in Chicago, and they are saying it doesn't even represent American values. So please, you guys should let me know in the comments if you're watching from Chicago. Is Chicago that bad? I want to know, because this person comments is... Ronald said, he is doing exactly what I voted for. You can see that in as much as a lot of people are not okay with this, some persons are still okay with it. He is doing exactly what I voted for. I voted for him. That is what he said, and he's delivering it. You see why I keep saying Trump is the honest president I've seen in my life? Let's go. Great Morgan said, God bless President Donald Trump and America. Amen. And God bless you too, because we don't want to see you coming online to cry in our ear. Jimmy's family said, your daddy King Trump. Cassie said he wanted to end crime. That should be everyone's priority. Exactly. Especially as a president that owns a particular country, he should be able to try his possible best to end a lot of crime. Longhorn said he does not want a war with Chicago. Exactly. He is saying he will make war for Chicago. That's a big difference. Creating a war, making Chicago safer, making Chicago okay, making Chicago to move forward. I don't know why people are twisting it and are saying Donald Trump is sending. That's not war, please. How can a president send war to his own country? Is it possible? It's not possible. If you want to war, you will go war with another country, not your own country. Another person here said Chicago leader in government should have done their job. You see? So if they have not done their job and Donald is coming to do his job for them, why not? Is he not the president? He should go ahead. American The Truth said it's crazy that you shouldn't want a safer place to have your family out. And about Chicago is going to learn real quick. They will sit down and be quiet after a lot of arrests and many alleged gun confiscation. Okay, I don't want to talk much on that. And that person say, go Trump, yes. And that person say, trying to help, good Lord. And that person, I don't think he's threatening. I think he's promising, exactly. Not threat, just action. And really, you consider Chicago America? America? And that person say he's committing little guy. And that person say liberals don't want him there because they want the violence. Exactly. And that person say come to feel next it is a mess. And that person say Chicago is terrible. Chicago is terrible. So if Chicago is terrible and the president actually want to fix Chicago, why not? Why can't he just go ahead and fix the state or the continent of sorry, which continent? The region. That person say, God bless Trump. Amen. Amen. And that person say, maybe if Chicago would fix their own problem, you all wouldn't need Trump to intervene. Exactly. And that person say to stop crime, context war with lawlessness. Chicago is so safe, they won't. Why would he want to come? And that person said he is not threatening a war. He's trying to make the streets safe for people. Exactly. And that person said, question, does Trump have the right to constitute to give protection to federal employees and buildings? I don't know about that. Let me know in the comment section. Let me read the last one here. He said, well, our President Trump has the Department of War now. Chicago seems like place to practice. Exactly. You guys can't even win in a Super Bowl. You can see that in most of these comments that we have here, right, guys? In most of these comments that we have here, a lot of people are actually supporting Trump. A lot of people are supporting Trump because why? You will notice that maybe there's a lot of things that are actually happening in Chicago that a lot of people that the government there are paying deaf ears to it. And now that Mr. President is there, Mr. President actually wants to fix it and to put them in their right stage. Should he not do that? Let me know in the comment section, because as at this point, I don't know what to say anymore. Subscribe, like, comment, and share. This video is for educational purpose. Credit belongs to original creators that will use their videos to stitch in our today's episode. And yes, with that being said, with no further ado, I'm going to be saying, and I'll see you guys in my next one. Let me know what you think in the comment section. I love you guys. Mwah.